Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Talk with Anu and I am with Chand Kuppuswamy, who is the Chief Executive Officer at KSOM IT Solutions. Thank you so much, Chand, for accepting my request and talking with me. Tell us something about Chand.
First of all, good morning, Anu, and thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Welcome to that one of the best theater in Alpharetta. It's a new and more AI-enabled theater. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Anu. Really appreciate that, and all the best for your social media. So you are becoming an influencer. That's a great. Okay, thank you so much for giving that opportunity. So Chand, actually, my full name is Chandrasekhar Kuppuswamy. Right, so it's 21 letters, always very difficult, right, whenever we will pronounce, like start from C for Charlie, H for Henry, right, it's take always, so my name now is become a Chandra, right, or CK, right, so whatever is convenient, right, so my journey started as always curious, right, so just once I graduated from India, I moved to Canada. So I started, because I was a bachelor, I didn't have a job. So I did multiple things, including that cleaning the dish. And you know that you saw in the movies, right? It happened to me, right?
Wow.
So I cleaned the dish. Yeah, exactly. I cleaned the dish and I did multiple things. Then I completed my MBA, Master in Business Administration. Then I moved to US, then started as a corporate. Then I started as a developer and as well as corporate in that project management and agile corporate training. Then I become an entrepreneur.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very nice to hear about your background and your education. It is really inspiring to know you even through social media. I follow you on LinkedIn, and it's very inspiring to read your bio there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Chand, we would love to know about your leadership journey.
Oh, great. So regarding that leadership, right, so it is kind of a great journey. So always I'm thinking about, right, so how we can work with the people, right, so that is the key, especially for that leadership perspective, right, so I strongly believe that servant leadership is a very important. Then the second aspect is, right, so you have to be a role model for others. So then only they will look at it, right? It's not kind of a more taskmaster kind of thing, right? So you have to work with the people, understand their need, right? So then only it's nowadays, especially that because my background in that agile trainer and corporate trainer. So always I think that servant leadership is very helpful,
right.
Especially it will helpful for that nowadays work also, right? So that's the key thing I will focus on for the servant leadership, and as well as a role model. Before I expect something from them, I wanted to show them how I can perform, right? If I go for the meeting, always we go a little bit early and stay there, right? Instead of go for in that last minute.
Right.
So these are the things they will observe and they will follow.
Awesome.
I think these are the things that's working very well for me. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You are a big role model for all of us, and I'm enjoying this talk. I do wanted to talk about your next book that you're about to launch, The Power of AI Monetization. Please tell us something about it.
Yeah, great. I am so excited, Anu, right, that always AI, right, artificial intelligence, I think this is a kind of the revolution is happening, right? Absolutely. So how it happened for that internet, how it happened for that mobile, the same thing happening in that artificial intelligence, right? But especially I feel that it is giving an extra edge for that entrepreneurs because of artificial intelligence. So like before 5 years ago, we need a lot of money if I wanted to execute some projects, right? Now everything is easy, right? Instead of doing for the 6 months, we will be able to do it within a week time, right? With the help of that artificial intelligence, right? So then I'm thinking about, right, so how we can formalize it, right? So because we have so much information, every day is a lot of new things are coming up, but we don't have any kind of a framework, we don't have, right? So that's the reason I come up with this book called The Power of AI monetizations, right? So just I'm doing that series. The first book I wrote, The Power of Holistic Wellness. Now this is my second book, is The Power of AI monetization. So here I'm talking about the three key things, right? So how we can get that idea, then how we can evaluate that idea, then once we have that idea, then how you can convert and how you can build it, right? So the second phase of that whole framework is a build it, right? So once you build it, right, so then how you can monetize it. So these are the three key things I'm talking about. Then each topic I have three chapters. It's not like a kind of a story thing, right? It's a kind of all sections, very easy to understand. Wherever you want, you can go to that, whatever the phase you wanted to do it, right? So this is a really, if someone is looking for the young entrepreneurs, right? I think you are hearing a lot of success stories, right? Lot of millionaires in a younger age because of that AA. So if someone have intention, or if they wanted to become an entrepreneur, I think this will guide them where to start and how to do it.
So speaking about your new book, you just mentioned about your previous book that you have published. Please let us know something about your previous book, The Power of Holistic Wellness.
Yeah, definitely, I know. And that was my personal passion always, right? I'm looking for what are the alternative for the wellness perspective, right? So we have so much options in the modern term. Usually we will try to fix the symptoms instead of the root cause. So always I do the research because I have a huge collections of books and huge library. Then I started to think, okay, how I can address this issue. So then I come up with the same framework approach. So how we can connect mind, body, and spirit, right? And that how we can connect three together, so then we can get the real benefit. So based on that, I wrote that book, and as well as I try to address as much as I can for that holistic wellness perspective, for the clap benefit, laughing yoga, different type of yogas, different type of meditations techniques, and how you can do that introspections, right? That is one of the very, very critical thing we have to focus on, but unfortunately we don't have a time. We are not doing it because how we can eradicate our worries, how moralize our desires, right? So we don't have that much time. So I touched pretty much all the topics, right? So for the yoga, meditations, and as well as you can do that introspections, right? And as well as a Kaya Kalpa yoga. So these are the four key areas I focused on. In addition to that, I touched all the holistic wellness also based on that framework basis. So that way, once you will read it, you will be able to understand, you will be able to practice. Okay, so this is applicable for 8 to 8 years. Anybody can practice and follow.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And I do see that KSOM AI Solutions is one of the organizers of World Tech Day. Please tell us about your experience, your journey being the Healthy Fire social influencer.
Yeah, definitely. So the social influencer, right? So nowadays we have to be part of that social community, right? So we cannot live like it's a standalone, right, kind of thing, right? So we have to have a social community, and you have to share your patience, your experience, and your expertise to that community, right? So then I think about, I like this movement, right? FIRE, right? So financial independence and retire early, right? So that's a kind of one movement, like whomever you are talked to, right? So they wanted to retire early, and as well as retire early and financial independence. Right. But sometimes we don't know how to do it, right? So always we will stick with our traditional way of doing things. But for that, this is the kind of the movement I wanted to take an initiative. And whenever I will talk to, whenever I will connect with that my network, the people are very excited, right? How we can do that? Okay, so what are the options? What are the channels we can achieve it, right? So then I added one more flavor into that, right? Not only for finance, we have to include that health also, right? So I put that healthy fire, right? So finance independence and retire early with a good health.
That's
right?
Catchy name.
Catchy name, right? So that's a kind of that So that's what I promote. I wanted to help individuals. I wanted to share my knowledge and as well as connect with people, understand their needs, right? So it's a more kind of how we can share our knowledge and how we can work together and achieve our goal, right?
Excellent.
That is the main kind of the movement I wanted to take and go with and pass on to the next generation.
Perfect.
Right? So that way they can have a better life than us what we have, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
that's the.
I wanted to congratulate you on that, and I do wanted to talk about the hyperlocal AI platform, My AI Local.
Yes.
Curious to know about that.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much for that, Anu. So as I said, right, we started our artificial intelligence journey as a product development path before 4 years. When just AI started, we started to do that. Like, so we have our own R&D and we do a lot of research and development. We will try to understand what's going on. Right, so then we will see that a huge gap in the market, especially for the hyper local market. Right, all the big companies focus on the local level. Nobody will bother about that hyper local. So just we wanted to help the hyper local business connect with the consumer. So how effectively we can connect it, right? So we wanted to give that consumer perspective. We wanted to give a better search experience in that artificial intelligence search, not a Google search, right? So that's one. Then as well as if I wanted to find some service provider, so I will go to that My AI Local, I will find a service provider, but in the back end, AI will go and do that research on your reviews and it will give a review summary. So if the customer have a 2,000 reviews, you don't have a time to go and read all the 2,000 summaries. Instead of that, so there's a tool, in the backend tool will go and do that reviews and read it for you and give that summary. So then easy for you to pick like which service provider you wanted to go with, right?
Absolutely.
So then we have that other fast commerce. It's a picking up like anything, right? Especially in India. In my last trip, I placed the order in Raja Annamalapuram. It delivered within 10 minutes.
Wow.
Okay. So interesting. But the concept is a picking up in US. Just we wanted to be a pioneer in that. We wanted to launch that fast commerce also. So that way, local business, hyper local business, easy to they sell the product. So that is the key. And as well as we have identified around 11 categories, around 63 packages for the small business, small to medium sized business. So they can utilize and they will, the basic foundation of the business is converting that qualified lead and get the new lead and automate that manual process. That is our main objective of doing this My AI Local. And in addition to that, what we did is we did it in the franchise model, right? I think this is the first franchise model in the hyper local. So that way, so someone wanted to do some business in part-time, full-time, complete turnkey franchise model. So that just they can, we will train them and they will go and do that, the franchise for them.
Excellent. I think this is going to help a lot of businesses.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we identified around 90 metros and around 700 territories available in US. So just we wanted to promote and we wanted to identify the potential franchisees so they can go and pass on the solution to that business.
So very interesting to know all the facts about hyperlocal AI platform, My AI Local.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing I wanted to know about is the Global Association of AI and your role.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm always connected with that artificial intelligence community ecosystem. So whenever we talk, right, so because so many things are happening, we wanted to streamline the whole process. So we wanted to come up with a process to educate the community, right? So that's the reason we come up with the idea for that Global Association of AI. So main objective is we wanted to come up with the proper streamline the process and educate that community, and as well as we can share the knowledge with pass on to that latest knowledge, latest technology, latest new tools with that community. So that's the main objective of. But currently I'm playing as like a president of that role, and we have some good advisory board. So we are continuously exploring. We are looking for a more volunteer come and serve us and serve the community.